Hi everyone, my name is Teresa Church and I am a 200-hour certified yoga instructor, currently living and teaching in Boulder, Colorado. And today I'm bringing you a 10-minute yoga sequence, perfect for all levels of yoga practitioners and easy enough to add into your morning routine. Let's get started. Come to a seated position on your mat, gently crossing your legs for easy pose, rooting through your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall, and relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears. Take your attention to your breath, moving into a few rounds of deep inhales and long exhales. On your inhales, filling everything up, and exhaling everything out. Inhaling in through your nose and exhaling out through your nose. A couple more rounds at your own pace. Inhale to fill up. Exhale, letting everything go. One more inhale. One more exhale. And inhale. Circle your arms up overhead, drawing your palms together. On an exhale, take your right hand down to the mat and reach your left arm up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, your left arm down and your right arm up and over. Moving to 2 more rounds of these side stretches. Inhaling to center and exhaling up and over, creating space in between the ribs and getting a nice stretch down the sides. One more time, inhale, exhale, stretch, inhale, center. Take your left hand to your right knee and your right fingertips behind you for a gentle stretch, sitting up nice and tall, opening up your collarbones. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right hand to left knee, and your left hand comes behind you, either tenting your fingers or flat palm. Sitting up nice and tall, inhale. Exhale back to center, and make your way onto your hands and your knees for tabletop. Taking your shoulders over your wrists, glide your hips over your knees, and pull the pit of your belly in and up. Moving into cow pose, drop your belly, open up your chest, and cat pose, rounding the back, head and torso hang nice and heavy. At your own pace, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, articulating through the spine. One more time, inhale, open through your collarbones, tilt your tailbone up. Exhale, round and draw everything in and up. Inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop. Pull the pit of your belly in and up, and take your left foot behind you. Stamp your foot on the wall, and reach your right fingertips out in front of you. You can curl your right toes under for more stability, but reach everything out in one long line. Inhale. Exhale, release back to table and move to the other side. Extend your right leg back behind you. Reach your left fingers towards the front of the room. Curling your left toes under if you need more stability. Taking your gaze out past your fingers. Inhale, exhale, release. From your tabletop, sit your hips down and back for child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat. Reach your fingers out towards the top of the mat. And move back to your breath. Take your awareness back to your breath for a couple of rounds. Inhaling in through your nose, exhaling out through your nose. Finding stillness. And on an inhale, come back to table pose, curl your toes under, and move back to a downward facing dog. Grounding your knuckles down into the mat. Taking any movements that feel good here. Maybe bending one knee at a time. And stretching each heel down to the mat. Or maybe bending both knees, taking the pit of your belly in and up. And find stillness in your dog. Taking your biceps up by your ears, and gaze falls between your shins. Moving your heels down towards the mat and bending your knees as much as you need to in order to do this. Take one more inhale. Exhale, step your feet to meet your hands and come into ragdoll. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, keeping enough space between your feet and bending your knees as much as you need to. Your head and torso are nice and heavy here, and finding any movement, maybe swaying from side to side, shaking your head yes and no, anything that feels good. From ragdoll, toe heel your feet together, take a forward fold, again bending your knees. And on an inhale, slowly roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing to rise. Inhale, draw your arms up overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, your hands to your heart center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, draw your arms up overhead. And exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. On an inhale, come up halfway, taking your hands to your shins, finding a flat back. Exhale, step back to high plank. Finding your alignment in your high plank, coming high onto the balls of your feet so you can stack your ankles over your toes. Puff up through your shoulder blades so you're not sinking, and pull the pit of your belly in and up as you look forward. From your high plank, lower your knees to the mat and lower down all the way. Nice. On an inhale, Sphinx Pose, taking your elbows under your shoulders, pushing your forearms firmly down into the mat, and open up your chest, taking your gaze straight out in front of you. Your hips and your thighs are anchored to the mat, and push the tops of your feet down. Slowly lower your head down to the mat, and making your way to a downward facing dog, either through tabletop or maybe a high plank. Nice. And then bending your knees and coming all the way down to the mat as we set up for a bridge pose, a heart opener. Bending your knees, walk your feet in just enough so that your fingertips graze your ankles. Root your palms down into the mat, and on an inhale, take your hips up towards the ceiling. Ground down through all four corners of your feet, and keep some space in between your chin and your chest, avoiding any movement in your neck. Option to interlace your fingers underneath your hips. Nice. Coming up onto both of your shoulder blades, squeezing your shoulder blades onto your back body. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Gently take your knees into your chest and take happy baby pose. Bending your knees and taking your hands to the outsides of your feet. Gently rocking from side to side, massaging the lower back. And from here, we'll take a gentle twist. Inhale to center. Exhale your knees to the left. Bring your arms out to a T and take your gaze out to the right. Take a breath here. And on an inhale, come back to center. Lower your knees to the right. Take your gaze out past the left. Maybe closing your eyes here. Taking a breath. And your inhale takes you back to center. And give yourself a nice big squeeze in here, taking your forehead to your knees to hug in. Exhale, release, final relaxation, corpse pose, also known as Savasana. taking as much time as you need in this final relaxation pose and setting yourself up for a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for watching. Namaste.